Hello, how are you guys?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. This is just beyond our wildest dreams.
Yeah.
Everyone showed up, even though there's a storm, so we're very happy.
There is a storm. Guys, firstly, congratulations. How excited are you for tonight?
I'd say really excited, apprehensive, but also overjoyed that we've managed to get here, get this far, and get Food for Thought out there into the world, really.
So how did this become as it is today? How did you guys get it together?
No, I missed the question. Go again.
Go again.
Oh, no, how did you guys thought of the idea and get it all out as it is?
That's a great question. It started with an element of the film is following people who took on a vegan challenge for 30 days and send us video diaries, essentially making the film for us. And we started with that idea, and everything else kind of built from that. So, and they still form a backbone of the film, and it's amazing what they've done. So yeah, it's wonderful.
So what were all the contributors like? Did they have days where they were up and down? Because I think if you asked me to do it for 30 days, I don't know how cranky. I've got a personal trainer right now, and he hates me half the time.
Right. No, I think what was really interesting is when we were getting the videos through, you could see people who were, slightly going, I'm not sure, there's this problem, this issue, but actually by the end, they were all totally going, this is the world I want to live in. And it was really nice, actually, that journey. But yeah, you're right. Of course, there was people that on the journey was always going to be, it's never easy, but
and we kept that in, because it's important to be honest about it and to show the reality of it. So we've got that part of the journey in there so that it's relatable to the people who do take it on themselves. They're not going to be thinking, well, hang on a second, it was all sunshine and roses for everybody else. It's real, so that's what's so valuable about our vegan participants, and it's just, I think, one of the strongest elements of the film, really.
So with vegan documentaries, you can get really shocking ones, which does sometimes turn people off. What can we expect from Food for Thought?
The opposite. We didn't want people to say, oh, they don't want to watch this because there's any graphic content. We wanted to make a documentary that people could actually really enjoy and pass on to their friends and say, this is a film that is okay, there's no graphic content, and actually it's a fun ride at the same time.
We literally talk about it in the film. Some of the film is Giles and I talking about the film and the journey that it's taken us on. And that's a big part of it, is we have a conversation around that kind of footage, but without giving anything away, there is a twist. You don't see any shocking footage, I promise you that. You don't hear any either, but there is a twist.
Are you guys vegans yourself?
100%.
Oh, yes, 100%. I don't think we could have done this if we weren't. I was like nearly 10 years for me, 8 for you at least. Yeah. So for us, this means, it's fine to go make films, action films, brilliant, horror films or whatever, but actually wanting to make something that meant something to us and really comes from the heart.
Exactly.
So obviously there's quite a lot of activists out there who, especially on social media, who are very passionate, but their execution can be quite wrong. But how would you say is the best way of getting your passion when it comes to veganism in the right way out there, apart from Food for Thought, of course?
I think the key thing, and I think this is what we've achieved with Food for Thought, is you've got to be authentic. You've got to be authentic to you, because if what is authentic to you is, let's say, using those shock tactics, which might not be right in your face shock tactics, but let's say the cube of truth, for example, if that's your authenticity, you carry that energy in it and it serves a purpose for you. If you were to then do what we've just done, that wouldn't be authentic and it wouldn't work so well. So I think there's a place for all of these things, and the key thing is to be authentic to yourself and honour that.
What would you say is the one thing you guys learned from this that you didn't know?
Making documentaries takes a long time.
People are very, very much more patient than you realise, because they crowdfunded us about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a single legal letter.
No, not yet. No,
when they see the film, we might. You never know.
But yeah, I think I've learned that people are compassionate and people do want to make a change, but it's not easy, or it's not necessarily something they've grown up with. So to suddenly, when you've been eating meat for maybe 30 years, 40 years, 70 years, 80 years, to suddenly change is really hard. It's like anything. So you've just got to really have enough patience, heart and compassion. And you do that and you stick to it, and yeah, you can do it too.
And it has surprised us what we've seen in amongst those vegan participants. We have seen the unexpected ones that you think they're not going to turn, and they're the ones who turn. So it can really surprise you, and it's beautiful.
I've got a few more questions. I'll be quite fast, but I don't want to ruin the film, but what was it like saving 2 of the animals? In the trailer we do get to see that you do get to save some animals, but was it hard at the same time, as well as amazing, to save 2 animals?
It was quite incredible, actually. It was, for us, it was just nice to do, and to do it on film as well, and to have that special moment. I think it meant a lot, didn't it, really?
It really did. It was the highlight in many ways, and I suspect it will be one of the highlights of the film. for people. It's such a beautiful thing, and I hope that moment in the film. We like to talk about Food for Thought as being an overall uplifting experience, and if for no other reason than the animal rescue, people will feel uplifted. I think that if they don't, they're dead. They're dead inside, soulless. Right.
Is it hard having to pick the animal?
Pick the
Animal. So obviously, we have, obviously in the trailer, it seems like you're going to a place to like save just 2 animals. But what was?
To be honest, we'd take any animal. I think for us, it doesn't matter what animal it is. If we could save it, we would. It's compassion, it's caring and understanding what an animal goes through so that can be on someone's plate. And knowing that makes you go, we'll do anything we can to stop that happening. So if we just get to rescue a couple, millions, thousands, if this documentary changes people, we'll be over the moon by that.
There's so many more questions I could ask you guys, but lastly, what can we expect in the future?
I missed that again.
What do we expect?
I know it's really loud in here.
Sorry, yeah. No, I'm half deaf as well.
Just a left ear.
Do you know what?
Didn't hear it.
Yeah, sorry. Don't cut that.
We'd have used that in the documentary.
It's like that's the other backbone of the documentary, is us being goofballs. I would say that I have an expectation and I have a hope. They're 2 different things, and you can guess where they are. My hope is that people see this and they go, you know what, we can do this, we should do this. My expectation is that, I hate to say it, I don't want to sound cynical, we live in a kind of a darker world than that these days, particularly these days. But again, hopefully this film will bring a bit of light into that dark world.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the future for me and Dan is if we can make another documentary similar to this, and also to make something that is potentially fictional as well, a bit of I suppose, a narrative film, maybe based on this. But it's food for thought.
Whee! Hey! Food for Thought 2, on second thoughts.
Sold. I'm having it.
Guys, thank you so much and congratulations and enjoy tonight.
So much, man. Have a great evening.
Pleasure.